Hello. Once again, good morning, family and friends. How are you doing? Again, I'll bring this quick one for us to share, for us to ponder and for us to consider as a people, as human beings that have brain to think for themselves, human beings that can decide, that can make judgment, especially wise one. And that's why I want to present this to you. I title it, So You Still Believe That? So you still believe that? You believe that a God or a person who killed his own son, who killed his own child, will save you and your children, will save you and your people. Do you believe that? Somebody that have the mind to kill his own loved one, you think that person will spare you? Oyedebo said something one time in that respect. He said that a man who slapped his wife can kill you. That's what he said. A man who slaps his wife can kill you. You know what it means for a man to slap his wife, right? And you say that man is your friend. You say that man can kill you in that relationship because he has the mind to slap his wife. So who are you? The wife he live with, the wife he do, private things with. But you are just his friend. You meet outside there, that's it. You go your way, he goes his way. But he slap his wife, you think he can save your life? So think about that. If God, that God you believe in exists, and they tell you that God killed his own son, that's what they tell you in John chapter 3 verse 16. That is the foundation for Christians or for Christianity, especially the evangelicals and the Pentecostals. They always want you to start with John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave, he created, he sacrificed his own son. And he said, if you believe, in other words, even the death of his son did not solve the problem. You have to believe. So what is the essence of God? Especially when you say that God is almighty, then why not that God save you without killing his own son? If God cannot save you unless he kills his own son, that God cannot save you. That God does not exist. That God don't exist anywhere. It is people that made up that. And it originated from human sacrifice. You are against human ritual, right? People that use human being to make ritual, to make money, or for whatever reason. You are against human sacrifice. Then how come you believe in Yahweh? How come you believe in Jehovah? How come you believe in Allah? These blood-sucking gods kill his son or their son. They kill their people. They kill the people they said they chose. They kill the people they said they made. The God you say created heaven and earth, he said one time he drowned all the earth except 8 people. What type of God is that? And that's the God you still believe? At your age. Now you are an adult. You are online because you're an adult, unless you lie for your age. But if you are online, if you're on social media, especially Facebook, you are an adult. You are at least 18 years. So you're supposed to be thinking for yourself. If somebody loves you, that person, and you believe that person have all the power to save you, but that person have to kill somebody to save you. If not even the person that is against you, but somebody that is living his life, especially his loved one, he kill his son or his daughter to save you. So when time comes for him to kill you, you are not into him. That's why they tell you he will send you to hellfire. A God that kill his son is wicked. A God that kill his child is wicked. So, but they use Bible or religious book or religion to make you only believe. Religion wants you to believe only. Religion don't want you to know. They only want you to believe, and they tell you that faith is knowledge. I used to preach it, faith is a spiritual knowledge. That's nonsense, because they say by faith we understand. How can you understand by faith? For you to understand something, you have to verify it. You have to go into it. You have to check it. That's how to verify something. That's how to prove something. That's how you can understand anything. If you didn't check things out, you cannot understand them. But they tell you if you have faith, you know God. How can you know God by faith? You're supposed to know God by fact. You're supposed to see God face to face. You're supposed to see God as who he is. They tell you cannot see God. If you cannot see God, then how can you say you know God? You don't know God. You only know what people wrote down and telling you it is of God, or it is God that tell them to write that. No, it is private revelation, private prophecy, private vision. It has nothing to do with any divine or divinity. It has not anything to do with deity, except you are that deity. Because human being is deity. Human beings don't need to worship any other deity. Human beings need to love themselves. Human beings are deities. So when you say you have a deity you worship is a supreme being, that's a human being gone wrong. Something is wrong with your head. Because if you know yourself, you know you are a deity, and deity don't worship deity. Deity don't bow to another deity. Deity exists itself, and they can do anything it wants. That's what you can do also. So they use that fictional character, Jesus. They tell you he's the Son of God, that God killed him and he rose again, right, to save you. And you believe that. In Mark chapter 5 verse 36, Jesus said to the man, do not be afraid, only believe. Do not be afraid, only believe. You have fear before you believe. But they want you to just only believe. No, you have to go beyond believing. You have to go beyond faith, because faith is fake. Faith is not real. Fact is real. You can verify facts. Everyone, regardless your age. That's what makes facts fast. That's what makes facts outstanding. Fact is very important. Faith is not important in your life. You can live your life without faith. Everyone that live by faith are living blindly. You have to be blind, because faith is blind. That's why it's called blind faith. You don't see God, you believe He exists. You don't see Jesus, you believe He died for your sin. But you believe there are living beings. If they are living beings, then see them. But they say you cannot see them. They say only believe. Mark chapter 5 verse 36, only believe. Then in Mark chapter 9 verse 23, he said that if you can believe, all things are possible to him that believe. But as you tell yourself the truth, since you have been believing, have all things been possible for you? All things are possible to him that believe. Tell yourself the truth. Is all things possible to you? Some of you want to travel abroad, and you know what you have went through. Some of you already lost some of your property, some of your money, because you want to travel abroad, yet you haven't gotten the visa. They keep, maybe duping you and all that, and you still believe with God. No, not with God first. To him that believe, all things are possible. It's not to him. If to him that believe, all things are possible, you can just pray and get a car. You can just pray and get whatever you want. Your pastor buy private jet. He say, to me, I believe all things are possible. Private jet, I have you now. Boom, you come to your lawn. It can never happen. You have to be factual for you to have things, to have all things possible. You have to work. And not only you, you have other people to support you. No, there is no man that is an island. No, you need other people to help you, to whether you have a dream or vision you're chasing. You cannot do it all by yourself, but it starts with you, especially in your mind. It's not, everything is not possible to him that believe. The third one is Mark chapter 10 verse 27. He said, with men it's not possible except with God, for with God all things are possible. That's another lie. With God, if with God all things are possible, your pastors will not be asking you for money to build anything of God or to do anything for God. If with God all things are possible, you won't be suffering the way you're suffering, because you have been believing in God. You look at your family, look at your life. I always tell you, pointing you to yourself, because religion will never point you to yourself. Religion is pointing you to heaven, to imaginary being, and pointing you to yourself, to your family. Whatever you say you believe, look at your life, look at your family. Tell me the effect of that belief is not making anything possible in your life. With God, your family have not succeeded in anything. Somebody has to either travel to the city or abroad to do something. Somebody has to go and learn some skill to do something. Somebody has to go to school to do something. It's not with God, it's with knowledge. With knowledge, all things are possible. With science, all things are possible. Science simply means knowledge. It is not maybe some academicians or some group of people you say they are scientists. No, not all of us. We have knowledge. We have the ability to acquire knowledge. You can acquire it. No one is more special than you. Every one of us have the same thing. Nobody have two heads. Nobody. But it's the level of input you make that determines what you get. That's it. But that doesn't make that person more special than you. All of us are equal human beings, 100% pure, 100% good, 100% holy, 100% capable of doing anything on earth. All of us. But religion limits us. He said with God, so not with you, not with your fellow human being. But when you need help, who do you call to? Who do you run to? You say you pray to God, but if you pray, God won't do anything. You have to run to your neighbors, you have to run to your family members, ask them for help. Who do you run to in your time of need? Where is that God you spend your time? Some of you pray to God morning, afternoon, evening, and even in the night. Like Muslims, you pray 5 times a day, right? What is the sense of doing that? You are just wasting your time. You are pretending that you have a religion, you have a God, but that God is useless to you. You have to close down your business to go and pray to God that cannot help you. While your business can give you something to take care of yourself and your family. Come on, wake up, my people. With God, nothing is possible in this world. It is with knowledge. You have to have knowledge. With men, with people, then things will be possible. The reason why I can communicate with you today on social media or online without being close to you, without even touching you, is because some men made it possible. And also, I contributed, you contributed also, because without us, all these things wouldn't be here. All right? So, the fourth one, which is the last one, is Mark chapter 11, 22 to 24. What Jesus said there. He said, Jesus said to them, have faith in God. Remember how he started? He said, Jesus caused a tree. But he said, Jesus is good, right? Jesus is God. There's no bad thing in God. You have to have cause in you to cause. If you don't have cause in you, you cannot cause. So Jesus have cause in him. He caused a tree because he went to, Jesus supposed to know there is no fruit there, but he went there looking for fruit. I thought he's all-knowing son of God, but he didn't see any fruit. So the leaf deceived him. He caused the tree. Is it not the same thing that happens today to us? People cursing you because they expected you to talk like them or to be some certain way. They want you to be a Christian. They want you to be a Muslim. When they find out you are not, they begin to curse you. They begin to call you Satan, Antichrist, demon, and all that nonsense they have in their silly books. So Jesus cursed it, and then disciples say, wow, Master, you see that tree you cursed yesterday, you see it withered. Jesus kill life, tree is life, tree stand for life, but Jesus cursed it, he died. And that is Jesus, he said that we give you life. That's why you are living in fear, because you are afraid of Jesus cursing you. You are afraid of God cursing you. You have to deliver yourself from that fear. Until you deliver yourself from fear, you are not free. You are still in bondage. Some of you that say, I'm awakened, I know the truth now, but you are still having fear. You're still entertaining fear. Fear comes to every one of us, but don't entertain it. When you entertain it, then you are not free. It's fear that will make you to shut up. Fear will make you, when people say stop talking about that, you stop. The more you tell me stop talking about it, I put more oil. I wish I can talk more. I wish I can post more. I wish I can call you that thing that you really are more without fear. The reason why I'm saying like fuck God, fuck Jesus, is just to show you that God and Jesus, they are useless. They cannot do anything. For you to stop being afraid of them. Kill fear. If you kill fear, you will see how free you will be. And you will save yourself a lot of time and money. Just for killing fear in your life. Jesus said to them, have faith in God. Not have faith in yourself. But the truth is this, is in yourself is supposed to have faith. If you must believe, believe yourself. Believe in yourself. But religion don't want you to believe in yourself. Religion don't want you to have faith in yourself. He say, have faith in God. Which God do you want me to have faith in? He's in heaven. Can I see him? No. That's silly. And some of you still believe that nonsense. Have faith in God you cannot see. Have faith in God that cannot help you. Have faith in God that cannot come and rescue your children when they are being raped, when they are being killed, when they are being drugged, when all this evil happening. That God will not show up. They ask you to have faith in that God. Have faith in God, and you keep having faith in God. That's nonsense. He said, for you, if you say to this mountain, he said, don't spiritualize it, because the tree he caused, they saw the tree. And the mountain was there. Come on, it's Jerusalem. Mountain surround Jerusalem, right? According to your Bible. Jesus said, if you can say to this mountain, be thou removed, and you believe, no doubt in your heart, he said, it will be done. As you say. Not you will go and do it. So when you claim to me, faith without works is dead, you are not the one that's supposed to do the work that will make faith work. If you believe in God, then that God you believe in is the one that will do it. So your faith without God working is dead. That's why that God is dead, because you have faith in that God, but that God cannot do anything that you believe in. Jesus said, believe. If you believe what you say, you will receive. And he said, when you stand up, when you pray, believe you have received what you asked for. He said, you will receive it. Not you will do anything to receive it. Just believe. That's what all religion is teaching you. Just believe. Only believe. Why you are the reason why you're having fear, why you believe in is because you see, you're getting more pain, and the time is approaching. Maybe you're gonna lose your house, you're gonna lose your job, you're having there's deadline that you have to miss certain things, and it's not coming forth, and you have been praying. Then you begin to go, oh, the Lord laid it in my heart to go and ask somebody. You don't need any God to lay anything in your heart to know what to do. Use your brain. It's common sense. If you want money, you either beg for it, you either work for it, or you steal for it. That's only 3 ways you can make money. But the second one, the second two, they are the only right way to make money. Beg for it or work for it. But stealing from it for it is bad. Unless the only way I can support stealing money is if wicked people hoard that money. If you have opportunity to take that money, go and steal it. I support that one. Yes, if they take it from you and say you will not have it back, if you have way to steal it, go and steal it. It is your money. They call it stealing, but it is yours. It's better you steal what is yours than somebody else having it and you are dying. No. If you have any means to get it back, get it back. All right. So this is what I want to share with you. Religion wants you to only believe. And you as an adult, do you still believe all those silly things they put in the Bible, in Quran and Torah, and tell you to believe and tell you that God loves you? If God loves you, you won't be suffering the way you're suffering. If you are God, you say that God is rich and he loves you, then why are you working under somebody? Why are you working and laboring as if you have no father? You laboring like orphan. You left your villages, you left your people, and you travel to cities, to abroad, to make money, chasing money, and you still brag. I serve a living God. He's almighty. He has all things. He blesses me. No, God blesses you. You are the one that bless yourself. And when you do well, people will praise you. And I praise you because you did well coming online, listening, and